Okay, FAQ number 93. Should men be called pastor? Well, there's only one reference to the word pastor, singular, in your Bible, and that would be back in Jeremiah 17, verse 16. It says, "As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest, that which came out of my lips was right before thee." So that's kind of an Old Testament thing there. But the word pastors, again, Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah has all the references to pastors except for one, and that's found in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. You can go there in your Bible. It says, "And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers." Okay, so pastors there, it's in with all these other things. It's a kind of a description. It's not a title, in other words. And I'm going to show you why I say that. You can turn your Bible to Matthew chapter 23. Matthew 23, verse 8. There's a danger in the thing of religious titles. Matthew 23, verse 8. "But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ." So Jesus Christ very clearly is rebuking religious titles. And, you know, you have this thing now I've seen where it's not even Pastor Brian, Pastor Denlinger, or something like that. Now, and I'm just using my name there as an example, because I don't really tell people, call me pastor or something. I don't sign my things Pastor Brian or whatever else. You know, but I see this thing now that there are people, preachers, that are actually just being called pastor. They just have eliminated their whole name. It's just pastor now. Well, pastor said this and that, and pastor this and that. There's no scriptural support for that. And, you know, you go through the entire, you know, New Testament, you go back in through the Pauline epistles and everything else, and it's like our beloved brother Paul or brother Peter, or that's all that they are. We're all brethren, okay? Like it says there in verse 8, Matthew 23, verse 8, "And all ye are brethren." So there's really no scriptural support for calling a man pastor. It's a description. You know, somebody says, well, who's the pastor of your church group, your fellowship there? Well, our elders are brother so-and-so, brother so-and-so, and brother so-and-so. But when you go up to him, you don't say, "Oh, pastor, could I ask you a question?" You say, "Hey, brother, could I ask you a question?" You know, and you start getting into this thing of this pastor title, and where you just actually even eliminate the guy's name. You just say, pastor, you know, pastor says we should do this, and pastor says we should do that. That irritates me, you know. It's not scriptural. And you start getting into that where you're departing from calling people brother or sister. Again, the cult that my wife and I went to for a little bit there, up in Eldred, Pennsylvania. Well, down in Eldred, Pennsylvania. I'm still used to saying up in, because I was born and raised in Lancaster County, and it was up. But now I'm in Maine, so it's quite a bit down. The cult building that I went to there, that we went to, they wouldn't even call it, you know, brother or sister. It was Miss or Mister, you know, and it's just like, I mean, pretty ridiculous. That's not scriptural. And of course, you know, the hireling there was called, they'd call him pastor. Well, pastor this and pastor that. It's not supposed to be that way. So, should men be called pastor? No. Men should not be called pastor. Men should not be called doctor. They should not be called, you know, high reverend, most holy, you know, weirdo or something. You know, give me a break. Brother is all that you call each other. I don't, you know, and again, you know, I understand the thing of wanting to honor people and respect people and everything else, but no religious titles, okay? So don't call me pastor, okay? Just call me Brother Brian.